have a question.
Yeah. So, guys, we'll have a look at some questions you came across. We can do them now. Okay, so Ahmed, you got one there. Okay, Mo, go ahead.
It's A7, 17, 18, version 3 again.
17, 18, version 387. Is that one actually I have printed here, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah.
I just want to see what I did wrong.
Okay. Uh, 13 meters, 26 meters, 28 meters.
Cosine rule, correct?
Correct, yeah, to find the angle or. Okay, so we want this angle here. Well, tell me, Amjad, go ahead.
26
No, wrong already, Amjad. 13 squared.
28 squared
Yeah,
plus 26 squared.
yeah.
Uh,
Go on, Amjad.
2. 2, yeah.
Multiply
Multiply 2.
2.
Sine.
So, no.
26 plus 28.
Oh, Amjad. Amjad. This is really going badly for you. Who can continue here? What's next? Minus.
Oh, minus 2.
Yeah, oh no, too late now. Sorry, you can't redeem yourself. Minus 2. 26, 28.
Sine.
Cos. The cosine rule. Okay. Right. So we have 13 squared minus 28 squared minus 26 squared over minus 2, 26, 28. That's equal to cosor. Now, they want it in radian mode, Mo, and so the or will be the cos inverse of that. So just bash that in radian mode, see what you get. Angela, do you have your calculator handy there? Do you mind typing that in radian mode? Let's see what we get. Ah, I see I've gained more students. They got anyone else? No, you were here all along. Three significant figures?
0.481.
So, Mo,
Yeah.
what went wrong?
0.48. Why did you pick 13 instead of 28?
Because that's opposite of the angle.
So always pick the opposite of the angle. Wait.
Did you start at like 26 or something?
28.
So, what you actually found out was this angle.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you do this one?
Which one, yep?
It's from it's version 1, 13, 14, I think.
Okay. Well, just give people a minute to write this down if they need to. Mom's writing it down.
Let me just check which one. No, 15, 16, yeah. Version 1, 15, 16. There's only version 1 of it.
What question?
Let me go on. Where'd the question go? Go here. Question B4.
Okay. We'll do that now in a sec.
You can switch.
You got it now?
Because they specify that.
Okay. We're going to do this one now. Go ahead. What type of problem is this?
I think we did it.
Did we?
What is it about?
The
Find the area under the
B4 is an area question.
It's not.
No.
The price of a house this year is
Yeah, we haven't done this one. Yeah, okay, so go for it. The price of a
The
house.
price of a house this year is 103,000 euros. The price of the same house last year was 100,000 euros. Assuming the price growth is exponential, that is P equals AE to the power KT, where
Mhm.
P is the price of the house, T is the time in years since 2014, and A and K are real constants to be determined. Find the value of A and K.
Okay, so basically in the year 2016 or 2015,
Yeah.
because it was a semester 1 exam, so it would have been Christmas 2015. I said in 2014 the price was 100,000, and in 2015 the price was 103,000, and the T is 0 and the T is 1, and you're looking for the constants.
Yeah.
So, guys, no, I can't operate if you're talking as I'm talking, please. Respect. Yeah, version 1.
I have 316 version 1 before. It's not that much.
You're not looking at end of semester 1. You're looking at finals.
It's classified, it's not final.
Just to be clear, Amjad, we are only doing semester 1 exams now and not doing exams for material I haven't taught you. I'm kind like this. Yeah. Okay. Right. So this one here. No, beer, please. And whoever your bad partner beside you is talking as well. Okay. P equals AEKT, and we have to figure out the A and the K. Now, I hope that you can see what the A is easily. 100,000. 100,000. 100,000. And how can we figure out the K? Well, we have to sub in the second point. So we get 103,000 equals EK. Oh, I didn't write in the 100,000, did I? 100,000 EK. So divide by 100,000, I get 1.03 equals EK. And if I log both sides, I get my K. My K is log 1.03. What is that, please? 0.029. Give me 4 significant figures.
If you go 4 significant figures, you have to go, it will be 0.03 because it's 9.5. So
No, just tell me what's after the 2.
9.5.
9.5, and what's the next one?
5.
5. So, and after the 5?
8.
So it'll be 5, 6 to 4 significant figures. So actually to 3 significant figures, it'd be 2, 9, 6 then. Okay? So now you have P equals 100,000 e power 0.0296 t. Right. How many marks?
6.
The person who wrote that exam was being very generous.
Then using your answer from A, estimate the price of the house next year.
Right, so the price next year would be 100,000 e power 0.0296 2. Can you bash that in and tell me what you get, please? Mariam, Abir, please, you're continuously talking, it's distracting me. Okay.
That's 106,098.7.
So 3 significant figures would be 107,000.
Really? Because
Three-
it's 106,098.
Oh, 098, sorry. So it'd be 106,000. Okay, what's the next part of this?
Assuming the price growth is linear, that is P equals MT plus C, where P is the price of the house and T is time in years.
Grand, okay. So the next part, we did something like this in class where you replace the exponential with a linear and see what the formula is. So you're saying now the price is, yeah, it's going to be some mx plus c. well, and the x is t here. Okay, so some information. When the t is 0, what's the price?
100,000.
100,000. So the c is 100,000. Now you have to get the slope. So the slope will be 103,000 minus 100,000 over 1 minus 0.
Can't you just do the derivative?
0?
No. Try again, Amjad. Listen carefully, Amjad. 103,000 minus 100,000 over 1 minus 0. What is that? That is 3,000.
Yeah.
So P equals 3,000 T plus 100,000. Now you could almost have guessed that formula. You know, when the T is 0, do we get 100,000?
Yeah.
We do. And when the T is 1, do we get 103,000?
Yes.
We do. And do I ask you to predict the price next year again? So the price when T is 2 is 106,000. The same. Yeah. Now the reason for it being the same is because the time is small. If I had have asked you to predict the price in 10 years, there'd be a huge difference between the two formulas.
But it's not accurate. Because it's not exactly numbers this time.
Yeah, but to three significant figures. Do you know, if someone told you the price of a house is 106,000 or 106,025 euros, you're like, yeah, the house is 106,000. House prices, anyways, are always multiples of 1,000.
And at the 99.99.
Yeah, 105,999.95. Right, is there another part here?
No, that's it.
That was the whole section B question.
Yeah, before.
Wow. Okay.
The last two parts, the linear and the estimation, is like 7 months
What?
together.
Did you write that?
I did write that one, yeah. See, deep down, you know, I don't make it too difficult. But anyways, I'm not writing it this year, so. Right, what's next now? You had a question, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, is that, oh, that's the one I printed here. 1718 version 1, 3, and number A4? A3, okay, let me get that there. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. You're asked to divide. The factorizing is really what you need, is it? Yeah. The first one is 2x squared. That's 2x cubed plus 4x squared. Right, 9x squared? Is that right? Plus 13x minus 10. So the next one is
9x.
9x. So that's 9x squared plus 18x. Minus 5x minus 10 minus 2. Oh, Stephen. Minus 5. Minus 5x minus 10. 0. So look, we need to factorize this as well because they want all three factors.
Yeah.
So it has to be a 2 in the front here.
2x.
Has to be, no, let's figure it out. We'll do it slowly. So it has to be a 2x and it has to be an x because they're the only ways you could multiply to get 2x squared. Now the 5, good news is there's only one possibility, 5 and 1. Or it could be 1 and 5. So we need to put a number here and here, and we need to keep in mind that when we times and add, we have to get to 9. So if the 1 was here, we'd have a 2 and a 5. And there's no way we could get to 9 there. So it has to be that this one must be the 5 and this one must be the 1. Because 2 times 5 is 10 and 1 times 1 is 1. And I could combine them to make a 9. How could I do that? Well, I could if this one was a plus
Minus 1.
and the other one's a minus. So I have 2x minus 1 times x plus 5 times x plus 2. That's the cubic factorized. Okay. 4 marks. Yeah, that's about right for that one. You can also use your calculator to factorize, I think, as well. Which, the Casio 991 maybe?
Sir, simple dumb question.
Go for it.
The derivative of like minus 6 cos x would be 6 sin x?
Correct.
Yeah?
Can you do this probability question from the same paper?
Yeah, what number is that?
It's not this paper, the same paper I
Oh,
got
you
the
did,
question.
okay. Just 1 sec, we let people write this down.
And I'm not going to read it because it's so long, you can just...
Is it my one?
If you wrote that question and this
It
is yours,
is.
it's from the same paper.
Ah, yeah, I can read it.
Hmm?
You missed the
Should I
first
read it?
class. You should be full of energy. You
Oh no, it's
overslept?
not about my energy, maybe you...
You overslept this morning?
Oh no,
No?
no, I didn't oversleep.
What happened then? Playing video games?
Oh no.
Drinking coffee? Watching TV?
No, I was at the bus stop, I was on time and fine, and then my nose started bleeding, I had to go back and wash up and...
Oh, okay, alright.
Change my...
It was a disaster.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's because of the dry air.
Yeah, it's like the third time it happened.
I know, it's so funny because I get students and they be sitting in class and then they're shocked because they're like, my nose is bleeding. This is the first time it's ever happened. What's happening to me? I'm like, haha, welcome to Ireland.
No, it's like, since I came here, it's the third time.
Yeah, but before you came here,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so there would have been a case where it was the first time
Yeah,
that it happened.
that was...
And you're like, what the fudge? And then the teacher's laughing. Okay. Next question now. It is something about the air.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is. Okay. Read it for me. So, oh wait, let me write down. What is this?
15, 16,
15, 16, version 1B.
3.
3. Okay, so this is a probability question. You can go for it.
The students in a school either have coffee for breakfast, event C, or they do not have coffee for breakfast, event C.
Dash, yeah.
Yeah. They also either eat something for breakfast, event E, or they do not have anything for breakfast, event E. The probability a student will have coffee for breakfast is 0.35. If a student has coffee for breakfast, then the probability they do not have something to eat for breakfast is 0.85. If a student does not have coffee for breakfast, then the probability they have something to eat for breakfast is 0.4. Construct the probability diagram for event C followed by event E.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. What is the probability that a student will have no coffee and also nothing to eat for breakfast?
Okay, so that's 0.65 times 0.6. What's that, Mo?
0.39.
0.39. Okay.
The only problem I had with this question is reading the whole thing and trying to make it.
Yeah,
or
that's
it's
it,
a bit confusing.
Next part.
We're on C. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
third part. What is the probability that a student will have something to eat for breakfast?
Something to eat for breakfast. That's a bit more interesting. So that'd be 0.35 times 0.15 plus 0.65 times 0.4.
If
Yeah.
the school has
Wait, just 1 sec. We'll just pop that answer down.
See that?
0.3125.
Yeah.
0.3125. Okay. Right, next.
If the school has 600 students, how many do you expect will go to school without drinking coffee in the morning?
Okay, so 600 students equals... Oh, sorry. What's the probability of not drinking coffee in the morning? 0.65. But remember, the definition of probability is that the number of desirable events over the number of possible events. So because there's 600 students, there's a possibility of 600 cases where you could or could not have coffee. But how many desirable cases there are? How many are cases are they want? Well, we'll just call it X. Yeah. So we're looking for the X that makes the probability 0.65. We're looking for the number of students who don't have coffee. Now, you don't have to think about it like this. You could just say, well, if 65% of people don't have coffee, then it's 65% of 600, end of story. But that's the exact same thing as what you have here. That's X equals 0.65 times 600. That is 65% of 600. So what is that then?
390.
What is it?
390.
390. Okay, the next part?
Again, if the school has 600 students, how many do you expect will go to school without drinking coffee and without having breakfast?
Right, no coffee and no breakfast. We worked that out earlier, didn't we? Did we? No, we did. Oh, we did, yeah. It's 39%. So what's 39% of 600 now? 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly,
What is the probability that a student who did not have coffee for breakfast also did not have anything to eat? Also did not have anything to eat for breakfast. Hint, you will need to use your last two answers.
yeah, so the question is, read that again a little bit slower.
What is the probability that a student who did not have coffee for breakfast?
Okay, pause. So what space are we looking in? The space of students who did not have coffee for breakfast. So how many people did not have coffee for breakfast? That's the 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the denominator. Right, continue.
Also did not have anything to eat for breakfast.
They didn't eat anything for breakfast.
We found that out.
We found out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did not have anything to eat. So these, hang on, let me just think about the tree. This is no coffee people, right? So that means we're standing here on the tree. Yeah, okay, so the answer should just be 0. You said no coffee?
Yeah, not
So
coffee.
the answer should be 0.6. No coffee and no tea. Did we work that out? Yeah, so actually, why did I make this question? So it's a stupid question I added to the end. I was thinking of something else. The answer is just 0.4. Isn't it? You're talking about students who didn't have coffee.
Yeah.
So you're standing here on the probability tree. And the question is, what is the probability that they didn't eat something for breakfast? So that's 0.6 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
it
from
the
the
answer
question.
0.39? Had coffee, also did not have anything.
No. You're standing here. Remember, it's a given that you know the person did not have coffee. So you're standing at this point on the tree.
Yeah.
It's 0.6.
So it's just 0.6, yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they said you will need you need to use your last two answers.
Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't a hint. That was an anti-hint.
Yeah.
It made it more confusing. Yeah.
Sir, I have a good question.
Yeah.
17, 18.
Okay, 1718 version
Stephen,
3. Yes?
it's 2, 3, 4 divide 390, right?
2, 3, 4 divide. For the last part?
Yeah.
No, forget about it. You just think about it as a probability. You're standing there and it's 0.6.
No, but if you divide, you get 0.6.
If you do divide, you get 0.6. Yeah. I don't know if that makes it easier. I gave it as a hint, but I don't think I should have said that. I think it made it more confusing. But you get 0.6, so it's good. But my point is, I should have deleted the hint. It was stupid. Right. Continue? Yeah, so, which one now, Mo?
17, 18, version 3.
17, 18,
8, 10.
version 3, A10. Okay, let's see. This fella again. Integrate from 3 to a, 4x minus 3 dx equals 12a minus 1. So that will be 4x squared over 2 minus 3x, 3 to a, equals 12a minus 1. Putting in, that's 2. Putting in the a, that's 2a squared minus 3a. Putting in the 3, that's 9 times 2 is 18, minus 9, equals 12a minus 1. So that's 2a squared, minus 3a minus 12a is minus 15a. 18 minus 9 is 9, minus 9 plus 1 is minus 8. Now, let's see, it has to be a 2a, and I think 8 and 1 seems good, because I can do 16 minus 1. 16 minus 1. So the answer is either a half or minus 8. Both are acceptable.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
Hang on 1 second, yes.
Plus 1 minus
Thank you. Plus 1 and minus 8. So that should be then minus a half and plus 8. Thank you. Yes, Sevi. Which one?
Version 1, 17, 18.
Version 1, 17, 18. Which question now? A5. We'll just give a minute for people to write this down. So we're looking at 17, 18, version 1, A5 next. Yeah. And they said they want the answer exact. So no decimals. Okay, Mo, ready?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Right. Solve e power 2x minus 11ex plus 24 equals 0. Yeah? It's a quadratic where the variable is ex. So ex equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So I get ex equals 11. Oh, so actually I could have factorized it because I'm getting nice answers here. It's either going to be 11 plus 5 over 2 or 11 minus 5 over 2. So that's either 8 or 3. So tell me, if you have ex equals 8 and ex equals 3, how do I get the x?
Minus 3
No, it's 8 and 3.
Yeah.
and then
Log. So here you have x equals log 8 and x equals log 3, because what you can do is you can put a log on both sides and cancel the e. You can put a log on both sides and cancel the e. So you're left with x equals log 8 and x equals log 3. From the start, no, you have to solve the quadratic to begin with. Can you use what? The quadratic equation? Yeah.
That's what he did.
You can factorize it, yeah. When I started, I didn't think there were factors, but then when I used the formula, I just realised, oh, I could have factorized it. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Just one sec, and then we'll do that one then. E2x. Yeah, I'm just using, you know that formula minus b plus or minus? I'm using that, except instead of x, the equation is ex, because you know the quadratic equation looks like this: ax squared plus bx plus c. So it's like instead of x, it's ex as the x, and instead of x squared, it's like ex squared. Can I scroll down, Sevi? Right. What version were we looking at next now? Of which year? 16, 17, version 2, A10. Is that an integration? Yeah, so what am I integrating? X plus 3 cos x. Like this? Ah, I see, like this. There are no numbers top. It's exactly like this? They ask you to integrate this. Are you sure you're looking at the right exam? Because this is a semester 2 question. Really? That's quite shocking. Then that means they've made a mistake. No? Okay.
You rule that P and Q is a
What's next now?
Okay. So you find this. Which,
Yeah.
Then
Now you sure it's a semester one? Okay, right. Which year?
once you have this, you're done.
It's 16, 17, 2.
Yeah.
First you look at it total.
A9. Is that a derivative?
Use
Sine rule?
It's an integration. Okay. Just one sec there. I need to hear this question, then you can continue. What am I integrating? E power 2x?
Plus 1 over 2 plus e 0.
E power 0. Any limits? Just, yeah, but no limits here? No, okay. So, to integrate e power 2x, the rule is you divide by the 2. So, it's e2x over 2. Okay? To integrate ex, it's like e1x. So, it's like you divide by 1, which of course doesn't really change anything. So, that's e power x over 1. Same thing, right? And now this is where they were deliberately trying to trick you out. So they had you dividing by 2 here, dividing by 1 here, and they wanted to see who would try to divide by 0 here. But you have to remember e power 0 is just the number 1. And you integrate 1, you get x. So they deliberately were trying to mislead you and to trick you by having you use the same rule twice and trying to force you to do something silly for the last part. That was designed on purpose.
They
So,
or you?
no, that wasn't me. I don't think that was my one. Was it? Was that the one we were doing earlier? How many marks was that? How many? No, that wasn't mine.
Wait,
What?
I think it's half e power minus x.
It's not. Unless, was the question 1 over e? Or e?
No, 1 over 2 e power x.
Oh, the e is down below. Oh, well, you didn't say anything when I wrote it on the top here. No, that's on the, I wrote mine on the top. Sorry. It's like this. 1 over 2 ex, yeah? Okay, plus e0 dx. I know it does a little bit, obviously, because it's not the same thing. But what I'll do is I'll just change this, like Amjad said, into e minus x. Like that. But it's still the same rule. Here you divide by 2. Here you divide by what? Minus 1. Because it's a minus 1 here. Just like this was a 2. And lastly, this is e0, which is 1, which still integrates to x then. If you want, you can clean it up. You don't have to. So it's a half e2x minus a half e minus x plus c. But I mean, it's practically the same. Yeah. What's next now?
There's another similar one.
Same year?
No, it's 17, 18, A9, version 3.
17, 18, version 3,
A9.
A9. Angela, did that password remove in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Ah, yeah, this is an interesting one.
Find this and then find this. You don't need to do that. This is the right answer.
Yeah.
خلاص يعني.
Right. Continue. Yes?
Expand.
Expand first. Yeah. So if I expand this, I get 1 minus 2 over x plus 1 over x squared dx, which becomes integrate 1 minus 2 over x plus x to the minus 2 dx.
Why keep it 2 over x? Make it x, then minus.
No, because that integrates to x, but that integrates to log x. And that integrates to x minus 3 over minus 3 plus c. Yeah? So the answer is x minus 2 log x minus 1 over 3x cubed plus c.
How come then it's not log squared, log cubed?
Oh, we had a big discussion in class about this. Remember, Amjad brought it up. We were talking about why it's not log x squared at the end. Yeah. Why did I not change the x to x power minus 1? Why did I, who can tell me? Why did I not change the 2 over x to 2x minus 1? There's a formula. Because if you change it to x power minus 1 and try to increase and divide the power, what would be the problem?
0.
You'd be dividing by 0. So there's actually a special rule for 1 over x. Integrates to log.
I have a question. No one else.
Well, let's just see, yeah?
X power minus 2 is 1 over x power 2, right?
Yeah.
And then it should be like minus.
Oh, thank you, Amjad. Thank you. I made a mistake here. I should increase the power. What was my mistake here?
Minus 1 instead of
I
minus
decreased the
two.
power. Yeah. So, instead of having minus 3 here, what should I have had?
Minus 1.
Minus 1, and this is minus 1. So, how do I fix up this?
1 over x.
1 over x. 1 over x just. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. We'll do one more question and then we'll finish.
Serious question.
Yeah, you had one there, didn't you?
Yeah,
This
it's
question is pretty good.
from.
You make it sound like he doesn't have good questions. Like, oh no, this time it's pretty good actually. Can I scroll down? Yeah, which year, which version?
13,
Yeah,
14,
yeah.
or 12, 13, I'm not sure. But it says 13 at the bottom. So 12, 13, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, 12, 13. Version 5,
yeah,
B4.
okay.
First part is just convert 31 degrees into radians.
Okay, so that's fine then, yeah.
Yeah, and then a man is standing on the beach at point B, and
Mhm.
he observes a boat out at sea at point B.
Alright, so it's like, here's the beach and here's P, and he's observing a boat out somewhere in the ocean here.
Yeah, no, but he's to the right a bit. You can see it like here.
Oh yeah,
I give it to you.
so that's there, that's there, that's there, and there's a dotted line here. Okay, you can take it back. Just give me the info. So do we know this angle in the picture?
Yes.
What is it?
40 degrees.
40 degrees, right. Do we know this angle?
60.
60, right. Do we know the length of any sides?
Yeah, just the
base.
full
The
base
base
is 100 meters.
Is 100 meters, okay. And do we know anything else?
No.
No. And what's the question?
First part is distance PB, which is
This is P?
B. It's BBQ. B.
B?
B is,
No,
P
B.
is down,
P?
B is up.
Oh yeah, boat and Q.
Q, and then the middle point is X.
Okie dokie. Right, and what are we looking for first?
First is PB.
So what would give me the length PB? I think the sine rule.
Yeah.
So you can say PB over sine 60 equals 100. So we have to get this angle. That's 80.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's over sine 80. Alright, so PB is 100 sine 60 over sine 80. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Right, what's the next part?
What's the area of the triangle PBQ?
Okay, so the area is a half 100 times PB, which we've just worked out, times sine 40. So that's fine. Right, what's the next part?
How far is the boat from the beach? In other words, what's the distance BX?
Okay, so you can use the formula a half the base by the height, which is xb, that should equal the area which you just worked out from the last question. You just worked it out. So you can easily get your xb would be twice the area you just worked out over 100. So that's how you get your xb.
Now this part, C, sketch the curve y equals 2 sine 4x minus 1.
Minus 1 like that.
Yeah, for x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 2 pi.
Right, let's just
Not
run.
equal to, just less than 2 pi. You must include a scale on the x and y axis.
I wrote this exam.
Yeah.
I remember now. Because I thought the picture looked familiar. Because I remember making that in Microsoft Paint. Okay, so we're looking at the sketch here for this one. Right, let's run through this quickly. So, here we make our usual table. Start, end, min, max. Right. 0, 2 pi,
Minus
1. Right, what's the effect here? So, 0, 2 pi,
minus
2. The effect of the 4 now. 0,
0.5.
8 pi, isn't it? Or is it divide by 4?
Divide.
No, it's not divided.
It is divide. That's the thing, you have to be careful about b. b has the opposite effect that you might think. Yeah, exactly. We had a huge discussion about it yesterday. So it's 4x, it's 2 pi divided by 4, so that's pi over 2, right? And then finally the 1, 0, pi over 2,
1 minus 1.
minus 1 and 3.
no,
It's moved to right.
minus 3 and 1.
That's what I meant. Oh, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
pushes them.
We read left to right in Ireland, just FYI. Okay, so continuing. Right, I'm going to make the graph now for this. So we have the info. Okay, so you have here your x-axis. Now, how I tell you how big I need the x-axis. What do we need to go to? To 2 pi, isn't it? So I'm going to go up in units of pi over 2. Make it easy. So there's pi over 2.
But it's less than, not equal to.
Yeah, but no, it's effectively equal to, because you go right up to it. So no, it's fine, trust me. It's pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and then finally 2 pi. And my y needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll say. I'll just do a little bit extra. And then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay? Now we make our box. So our box goes up to 1 and down to
Minus 3.
minus 3. And it begins at
5.
0, no, and finishes at 5 or 2. Now if I split this up into 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, that's nice. So there's the halfway there. And then this is at pi over 4, because you're half of that. Now I have to go all the way up to here, don't I? So what I'll do is I'll copy and paste this. So copy, paste. Copy, paste.
So why do you do minus
Okay.
1 instead of minus 2?
Huh? What?
Like the midpoint, the graph. Why is it minus 1?
It is minus 1.
It's halfway between.
It's halfway between minus 3 and 1.
Oh, okay.
Now, is it sine or cos? What was it? Sine. So where do I start? Top, middle, bottom?
Bottom?
Ah, no, come on, wake me up. Middle.
Minus 1.
Yeah, minus 1, yeah. So we go up. Now hang on, I need to start there and finish there. Start there and finish there. Start there, finish there. Start there, finish there. So I need to go, it's going to be quite compressed. Copy, paste. Boom.
Yeah.
Right, and that's that one. And just to finish, we'll do a quick check on the graphing program and then we'll wrap it up there. So let's just see what we get. How many marks was I given for that?
45.
5 marks. I'm too kind. I'm just too kind.
Oh, there's a spider. It's colored.
Leave it alone.
It's a spider. It's not a peaceful insect.
Spider.
He's down. I didn't kill him. I just knocked
Okay,
him down.
Fine. Fine.
I didn't kill him. No? The
Stop lying.
oh, there's one.
Oh yeah, a bear. There is a lot of spiders around the bottom of your desk there. Can't you see them all?
Yeah, look.
Look at.
Next part, calculate the wavelength. It was there, he's gone.
Actually, I think I see some on her shoulder there. All right, hang on. I'll be good. Sorry. Right, can you just read the function to me before we finish? Y equals.
It was.
Sit down for a second while we'll just graph this on the program.
Equals 2 sine 4x minus 1.
Now, how big do I need to go on the x-axis? Up to 2 pi, which is about 7 radians. Yeah, okay. And then is this? It's a bit too big, isn't it? Oh, it goes up to this is fine. Okay. Right. Let's have a look.
Yep.
Is that what I have here?
Yeah, it starts at
Yep. Yep. Okay. So we're all good with that one then. Yep. They could ask you to graph something in the exam. But lately they've been kind of making them not so difficult. Like, you notice in this example here, I had an A, a B, a D, but no C. That's kind of becoming normal in the exam. They usually leave one of the letters out. You know, they don't give you an A, B, C, and D.
C is the worst.
Yeah.
C is the
This is
worst.
terrible.
Yeah, and whoever wrote this one was considerate of the students and their dislike of C. Yeah.
Did they remove this kind of questions?
It's not so frequent, but you could still get it. Yeah. Okay. Now, just before you go, there's no extra maths after lunch. I checked the timetable. There's no classes at all after lunch. Okay. So, if you're really, really desperate, we can do an extra class next week to make up for.
No, we need this one.
Oh my god.
But you had 2 classes today, and you normally only have 1.
Yeah.
All
Extra math
teachers.
is not the same as this.
All right.
That's
Well,
kind of offending yourself.
Myself?
Yeah.
no, her classmates. She's saying she doesn't want to be around with.
Oh.
She doesn't want to associate with certain people in class, right? Okay. What time do we usually have it at? 2 o'clock, isn't it? Okay. As long as the room is free, which it should be, because I don't think there's any classes going on. Oh wait, no. If there's no classes going on, why don't we just do it in this room? Or is that too big? Is that a bit weird?
No, it's fine.
You don't even go, madam. No, we won't confuse things. We'll just stick to the usual time and room, okay? Yeah, we'll stick to the usual time
Sir,
and
you
room.
can't do it next week because we have chemistry after school. Like after lunch.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there's definitely none next week. Fine. So then this is the last one then, today then. Yeah. Don't be sad about it. Okay, we'll leave it there, so.
We have a chemistry mock exam
When?
on Friday.
After lunch.
Oh.
Why do we have extra maths?
Because we're behind.
No, I wouldn't say it like that, Mo. Just because we do all the same stuff. It's just extra tutorial time.
No, for bio, we're really behind. One chapter behind.
Well, that's because you have a bad biology teacher.